Good evening, everybody. This is Lainey from Camp Joy Farms. It's a beautiful end to our day today. It's been overcast all day. Not cold, but just kind of when the wind blows, makes you wish you had a jacket on. But all of a sudden this evening, it's warmed up. I'm in a t-shirt now, and it's just beautiful. It's just absolutely beautiful. I've been walking around my garden, and this is what I've been waiting on. It's been cold lately. We had a storm come through Friday night. It's just been kind of overcast and yuck. And then all of a sudden, this evening, I just feel like we're here. You know, we're to the point now because I feel that way because I'm watching my plants. All of a sudden, a lot of things that I've planted that have been slow coming up or have come up but not really growing very fast, all of a sudden this evening, not this morning when I went to my garden, but this evening, they're coming up out of the ground, and I'm so excited. I'm hardening off my tomatoes. I have this batch in a big Magnolite pot, and I have the pot sitting up on a wheelbarrow right now out in this evening sun. They've actually been on my porch all afternoon, and they're doing really good. They seem happy. I try to come by every now and then and just kind of check on them, and then the wind's been kind of rustling them, and they seem okay. I've got a lot of tomatoes in here, but I've also got my Iroquois melons there, and I believe I have some tomatillos in there somewhere. I have another pot of them sitting on my green stalk. And you see, just looking from a side angle, you see how strong those trunks of those plants have become? That's what I'm looking for. I'm no expert, but I just feel like those look like healthy tomato plants. I'm not an expert by any means. I am trying my best to figure all this out. But I think that this is what we're looking for. This is what we're going for. I still have a lot of tomatoes that haven't hardened off yet. They're still small. I'm leaving them in the house under the grow lights. But I'm excited. I'm getting those ready. And I'm excited tomorrow afternoon to go ahead and put some of them out in the garden. I've been slowly hardening off those taller plants all week. And I just think it's time. They're getting big, they're strong, and they've had enough sunlight this week. They've had wind on them. They've even had some coldness a little bit every now and then. I think they've kind of been exposed to it all this week. And as the end of this week comes, it's supposed to be warmer at night. So I think I'm going to go ahead and take a shot and put them in the garden. I've got lots of cherry tomatoes ready to go, and then a lot of my larger tomatoes, and we're just going to see what happens. I still have, I don't want to think of them as backups, but I still have the ones in the house that could be backups should something happen to these, because I have a lot of each kind. I started a lot of each kind, enough to put in all the spots that I wanted, and then I just had the good luck that most of the seeds germinated that I put in there. I put 2 per cell, and most all of them germinated. So I've been taking those apart and repotting those as well. So I have plenty of plants to deal with right now, so I'm happy about that. May seem like an insignificant thing, but I was so happy to see this ideal market bean coming up this afternoon when I walked out here. It's just a pole bean that I planted, about 20 feet of these, well, really 40 because I double plant every row. So I have 40 feet of ideal market beans with a trellis, and they're going to be in my upper garden. But this is the first one that's come up. But that lets me know that underneath this ground, even though they haven't popped up yet, they're coming. And I get so excited. Now I want to show you something. This is in the middle of my aisle. There's 2 rows there. And this is in the aisle. I just noticed it. And I can tell you what this is because I know what was planted here last year. This is a Yellow Moon and Stars watermelon. They have pretty long branches, and they make a pretty big melon. But you know what? If this little turkey decided to come up on its own after a whole season of being underground, I'm leaving it. I'm going to leave it right here. I'm going to let it grow, and it's just going to be growing right here by my ideal market beans and my squash. And I'll just walk around it, step over it, whatever I have to do. But I'm not going to pull it up. I'm so excited to see this Yellow Moon and Stars melon coming up. That's so cute. I have about 18 feet of pencil pod beans planted. These plants seem to be doing good. They survived us getting down. That one looks a little bit brown, but I think it's gonna hold on. They survived that 33-degree weather the other night and seem to be doing okay. So I'm excited about it. These are the pencil pod. They had really large seeds, and I expected them to pretty much be a hardy plant because their seeds are huge. But we'll see how they do. My English peas are still kind of small. They're in this row that goes kind of up the hill there. And they germinated pretty well for English peas. I didn't come back and replant empty spots. I just, whatever is there. But they're still pretty small. However, even though they are a plant that loves cold weather, I just have a feeling that now that it's kind of springy, now that these other plants are popping up, they're going to show some growth too. I'm not giving up on them, I'll say that, but if they don't show a whole lot more growth pretty soon, they're going to get replaced with some type of cow pea, purple hull peas, black-eyed peas, something like that. However, I'm going to have a little more patience. Mom's not ready to pull them out right now. I'm going to have a little more patience and see how they do. And hopefully they'll come forward and give us a lot of little Marvel English peas. That's what I'm hoping for. My Beurre de Rocking quarts are right here, and I could walk down there and show you the Rock Dior yellow beans, but pretty much they all look alike when they're coming up. But they're coming up. That's what's so exciting. They're coming up, and a lot of them are kind of like this. They're just coming up out of the ground. They're springing forth now that it's warmed up a little bit. And so that just gives me so much hope that a lot of these empty spots still have life in them, and they're going to spring forth too. I'm so excited and so ready for it. This was just a quick little video to give you an update of what's going on here in South Louisiana. I'm going to get busy. The next few days, I'm planting a lot of things. Not just my tomatoes, but I'm going to go ahead and start planting my cucumbers, some more beans. Oh, just goodness, all kind of things. Go ahead and maybe, I'm going to wait till April for my melons, but I'm going to look at my corn. I'm going to get my list out tonight, my whole plan, and I'm going to go over it and see what all I can go ahead and plant. I believe the squash could go on in. There's just no telling. I'm going to really do some looking tonight and figure out what I can go ahead and plant before the weekend's over. So this is Lainey from Camp Joy Farms. Enjoy your evening. I hope your garden is going well, and I hope you're ready for this spring. Happy gardening. Thank you. Bye-bye.